Hey guys, I'm Kari. This video features RTA tier list as of January 2025. I've never posted a tier list video before. I actually wanted to post one for each season. But because I can't speak English fluently, I need to prepare a script in advance. Adding an intro at the start of the video doesn't take much time. But for tier list videos, I need to speak throughout, which requires many time and effort. This has made it difficult for me to make this type of video, but I've recently come up with a new method. I also have a Japanese channel where I post tier list videos every season. By summarizing the content of those videos with AI, I've been able to significantly reduce the time it takes to prepare scripts. This video is a bit of an experiment, so if you have any feedback, I'd love to hear your thoughts. The format of this tier list might be different from what you've seen before since it's entirely my original style. Also, I can't introduce all monsters because that would take too much time. So I've selected a few notable ones from each rank to highlight. Also, it's not possible to introduce all the monsters in this list. The monsters I can introduce here are B rank or higher monsters with very high ratings. If this video is well received, I'd like to create another one featuring the lower ranked tier next time. Okay, let's start this video. First, I'll introduce the B rank monsters. As for Akroma, this monster became more versatile thanks to BP that added gauge increase, making it possible to interrupt the opponent. For example, when attacked with AoE control skills, the gauge increase allows it to interrupt and stop the opponent moves, which is a significant strength. The situation where it would continuously take hits without response has been greatly improved. For these reasons, it's rated as a strong B rank monster this season. As for Eleanor, this monster isn't picked often, but its power is extremely strong when it does pick. In addition to skill 2's cooldown reduction and skill 3's ability to inflict multiple harmful effects on opponents, it can also learn Despair to aim for AoE stuns, making it particularly effective against enemies without immunity. Even if the opponent has immunity, she becomes very dangerous after the opponent removes it with other monsters. As for Wind Monkey, previously it has a skill that increases its gauge when attacked while unable to act, but now it has been buffed to include a stripping effect. Initially, I wasn't sure how to interpret the change, but after using him, I found it more user-friendly than before. Its ability to strip immunity and follow up with a stun is particularly useful against trending immunity monsters. While it's not an overwhelming meta pick, it's balanced and strong enough as rank B. As for Chow, this monster was once considered as a disappointment, but is now an essential pick. The main reason is its ability to remove to debuff, such as stuns, defense breaks, silence, or bombs, allowing it to take action and shift the flow of battle. By pairing it with monsters like Gyo or Belagiel to apply defense break, it can follow up to eliminate opponents like Belial. His stats can be adjusted to increase its damage output, making it highly versatile. Thus, it's placed in the B rank. Next, I'll introduce the A rank monsters. As for Bella, this monster doesn't pick frequently, but stands out for its strength when it does. So Bella lacks durability, making it susceptible to counters. Allowing it free movement can be dangerous. In particular, combination of additional damage and violent runes can result massive damage. No durability monsters can sometimes be taken out quickly, and she is often paired with other strong monsters, making it a difficult opponent to face. As for Meho 1, a beloved pick for many players, this monster is versatile, effective in both turn 1 and turn 2. It's particularly effective against meta monsters like Sierra and Gianna. Its stun immunity alone is highly valuable, allowing it to perform consistently in early stages, while its potential to capitalize on defense break and bioprocs make it a late game powerhouse. As for Jose, this monster buffed this season, with its provoke extending to 2 turns. The provoke limits the opponent's actions, making it particularly troublesome to face. Its passive skill, which allows it to act when she's stunned, has long been appreciated as a counter to Despair runes or a monster like Gianna that aim to stun. Building its defense makes it effective against threats. As for Seimei, with a passive skill that limits the duration of the opponent's buff to just 1 turn. She is incredibly powerful in the current RTA meta. It nullifies immunity and beneficial effect from monsters like Belaguer, Cobalt, and Shizuka. Its ability to shorten the duration of debuff also reduces the impact of effects like defense breaks. Next, I'll introduce S-rank monsters. As for Julian, this monster nerfed this season, significantly reducing its stun rate compared to before. Situations where it used to stun almost without fail now have visibly lower success rate. Last season, Julian was rated as a triple S rank. Last season, he was rated a triple S rank monster, but due to this nerf, it has been placed in the S rank tier. That said, its performance remains exceptionally high. Its ability to remove debuff while dealing high damage is still intact, making it one of the more challenging monsters to take down. While it's possible to defeat Julian with Thessalion or Lucky, it's not a simple task, especially considering the support from surrounding monsters. Even as it stands, Julian is powerful enough that another nerf wouldn't be surprising. About Miles, also his pick rate has decreased compared to previous seasons. It's still frequently used and remains high powerful. Its ability to deal consistent damage without relying on critical hits allows it to maintain high durability while continuously dishing out damage. I recommend using one-shot monsters like Belial to counter it effectively. However, if that isn't an option, it can be extremely difficult to take down, which is one of its most troublesome aspects. It's possible in the future that he'll be nerfed. As for Zima, this monster has newly entered the S-rank tier this season. In previous seasons, Zima had a low pick rate and wasn't ranked, but this PP have completely changed its evolution. The standard change is its ability to inflict 2-turn silence on a selected target while performing an AoE attack, while it's incredibly powerful. This skill allows her to greatly restrict the opponent's actions right from the start, putting them in a state where they can't use their skills. While her peak rate isn't very high yet, it's a troublesome presence when it does appear. Some top players have already started incorporating her into their strategies, so its peak rate may increase further in the upcoming seasons. Next, I'll introduce WS rank monsters. About Rodatsu Angel, this monster continues to be a frequent pick this season. She has highly versatile skills, including healing, shielding, AoE stuns, sweeping buff, and defense breaks. Although her AoE stun and sweeping defense break are not guaranteed, I felt the percentage is so high. For instance, if she managed to sweep buff and give defense break in her first move, it's not uncommon for her high damage teammate to follow up and deal massive damage. For example, Julian Ashur. While she disrupts the enemy team, her allies can freely act, making it very difficult to recover once she gains momentum. She remains a top-tier monster just as she was last season. As for Belajuel, he is still one of the most popular first pick among many players this season. His skill 2 short cooltime is a key strength, as even if his cooltime are extended, he can quickly use his skills again. Skill 2 in particular has 2-turn cooltime and can be used repeatedly when paired with Violent Rune, allowing him to contribute both turn 1 and turn 2. He supports his allies with healing and buff while dealing damage with defense break, making him a versatile pick. Top players often include Belajuel in their teams, combining him with monsters like Chandra for highly effective strategies. His high pick rate and consistent performance make him an indispensable presence this season. As for Jonnam, this PP has made Jonnam a highly notable monster. Nowadays, he is frequently seen in specific team compositions, such as the Oliver plus Jonnam plus Jima setup, which has proven to be extremely powerful. His strengths lie in his ability to heal all allies and his skill 3, which provides AoE stuns and gauge increase. Additionally, skill 2 deals fixed damage, ensuring relief damage output against any target, making him an excellent choice for consistent chip damage. His fast skill rotation and ability to act before opponents add to his appeal. Last, I'll introduce SSS rank monsters. As for Ragdoll, he continues to be an incredibly strong monster. At G3, he is frequently picked. His passive is particularly troublesome, disrupting the opponent's turn management through gauge increase. When attempting to execute a series of skill combos, Ragdoll can interrupt and turn the tide of the battle. He has consistently adapted to the meta, proving his worth as an SSS rank monster this season as well. Of course, I want him. As for Gianna, although her stun rate was reduced from 100% to 85% this season, she remains a highly powerful monster. The slight nerf is noticeable at times, but her ability to control matches is still intact. Her skill set and versatility allows her to remain relevant in the meta, and maybe she'll be nerfed even more. As for Belhill, among light monsters, Belhill is one of the strongest in the current meta. Her defining trait is her gauge increasing ability, which enables her to disrupt opponents by taking the first turn and chaining stun and defense break. Plus, she doesn't stun and therefore can't be stopped easily. I see a lot of Swift builds, but some players are using her in Violent, so be careful. Since she hasn't nerfed yet, there's a possibility of it in the future. This is my current RTA tier list. It will be interesting to see how this list changes with the PP in January. That's all for now. See you next time.